Good morning, students. Today we'll start part 2 of the chapter Rural Administration. In the previous video, we discussed about the functioning of police through an incident, the example of an incident. There was a dispute between Mohan and Raghu. What was the dispute? That Raghu annexed the land of Mohan, and in this way, this was the field of Mohan and this was the field of Raghu. So this boundary was the main bond between the fields of Mohan and Raghu, but it was displaced, it was changed by this person Raghu. It means some field land was controlled illegally by Raghu of the field from the field of Mohan, and after that when Mohan complained about this to Raghu and his family, then helpers of Raghu beaten him, right? And after that he went to the police. So in this way dispute raised between two people, two farmers. Is there any way in which this dispute could be settled down in peaceful manner? Yes or no? Yes, definitely yes, because there is a record of these lands, right? There is a record of these lands. So with the help of that record, it could be settled down easily. It was measured, means it could be measured by the person who keeps the record, and that person is Patwari. So Patwari could measure this land with the with the help of the map, whatever he had, means he also keeps the records which land is owned by who, right? And who is the real owner of which land. So in this way this settlement, this dispute could be settled down in peaceful manner. So this is the rural administration, and it could be done easily with the help of rural administration. You know, our country India, our entire country is divided into states. At this time we have 28 states. States are further divided into districts, right? These districts are headed by DC. It means district collector or deputy commissioners, also is known as deputy commissioner. Districts are subdivided into subdivisions. These subdivisions are also known as tehsils, and the officer in charge of these subdivisions known as tehsildar. So tehsildar keeps the record and maintains the record, also supervises the work of Patwari. Clear? And tehsildar also hears disputes about land disputes. So tehsildar hears the land disputes in his particular area. So every tehsildar has particular area of his subdivision. In the same way, every district has a particular area, and that is controlled by DC. So this is our administration system. Very simply you can understand it, right? So now we will discuss about the function of tehsildar and the function of Patwari. Here the main role is there of Patwari in solving all kinds of disputes regarding land issues between different people, different farmers in the villages. So let's discuss about the functioning of Patwari. So now we'll discuss about the functions of Patwari. What are the main works done by Patwari? First of all, we have to understand who is Patwari. Patwari is the officer appointed by the government to keep the land record and to measure the land. Understand? Patwari is known as with the different names. For example, he is also called Kanungo in some areas, Lekpal, also called Lekpal in some areas, and in some places. He is also known as Karamchari and village officer. So these are the different names of Patwari. So you have to remember that Kanungo, Lekpal, Karamchari, village officer and Patwari. These are the different names for the same person who keeps the land record. We'll use the word Patwari because commonly this word is used for this person. So what are the main functions of Patwari? Patwari measures the land in the times of the disputes between the different people, like the dispute between Mohan and Raghu. So in that case, Patwari could settle this dispute very peacefully and in peaceful manner. Clear? So measuring land is the major function of Patwari. Another function is keeping land records. So all the land records are kept by Patwari. In case of disputes, this record is used. Another thing, responsible for some villages. This is the meaning of that group of villages, a particular group of villages. So Patwari is not responsible for entire states or entire district. Patwari is appointed for a particular group of villages. Clear? There may be 10 villages, 5 villages, 15 villages, like that. So he is responsible for some villages or the group of villages. He maintains and updates the records of the villages. Clear? In the village, the land is owned by which person, by whom. So this record is kept and maintains and updated by Patwari. After that, responsible for organizing the collection of land revenue. You know that land revenue is the major source of income of the state government as well as the central government also. So land revenue is collected by Patwari. The main land revenue officer is Tehsildar. So Patwari collects the land revenue and helping the Tehsildar, the main officer or senior officer of Patwari. So he is responsible for organizing collection of land revenue. After that, Patwari provides information to the government about crops grown on the particular areas or in the fields. Right? Fields. So in which field, which crop has been grown by the peasants or by the farmers. So this information is provided by the Patwari to the government. So these are the main functions of Patwari. And the next one is about Tehsildar. Tehsildar. Who is Tehsildar? Tehsildar is the main land revenue officer of particular Tehsil. Tehsil, you know that this is the subdivision in the districts. So district is further divided into some subdivisions and these subdivisions are headed by Tehsildars. Tehsildar is a land revenue officer and mainly there are two functions of Tehsildar. First function, he supervises the functioning of Patwari. Tehsildar supervises the functioning of Patwari. Second thing, Tehsildar hears the land disputes. The matters of land disputes like between Mohan and Raghu. In this chapter you have studied about an example. So in that case, Tehsildar can hear this kind of cases. Clear? So there are two major functions of Tehsildar. And the main post of Tehsildar is for land revenue collection. For example, in district there is DC. In the same way in Tehsil there is Tehsildar. So dear students, we have completed the following topics: the functioning of Patwari and functions of Tehsildar. So now let's discuss two more topics of this chapter. This is Khasra number 5. The Khasra record of Patwari. Khasra is the record of the Patwari. It gives information regarding the map given below. It identifies which plot of land is owned by whom. It means who is the owner of the particular plots. Look at both the records and the map and answer the questions given below regarding Mohan and Raghu's land. So let's understand this Khasra. Number, hectare in land, area in hectare, name of owner, or it is rented or not. And this is about area cultivation, crop area, and second crop if it is grown. Area not cultivated means fallow land. Fallow means not cultivated. So number 1. So plot number 1, it is the area 0.75 hectare. It is the land of Mohan, son of Rajaram, village Amarpura. Rented to some other farmers? No. Soybean, this crop is grown, and this is the total area. Second, plot number 2 or field number 2, 3 hectares total area, and Raghuram, son of Ratanlal, is the owner, and not rented to anybody. Soybean, wheat, 2 crops are irrigated. 2.75 hectares on this land, and 1.75 this is second crop, and 0.25 this land is fallow land, means uncultivated land. 3, this is 6 hectares of land Madhya Pradesh government grassland area, and not rented to anybody, and no crop is grown, and the other facilities, 1 well, working, grazing. And in plot number 2, this is 1 well, working. After that, this is the map. So this is the land 0.75 hectare, and this is the land of Raghu, this is the land of Mohan, this is the land of Raghu, right? And this one is of Madhya Pradesh government. Who owns the land south of Mohan's field? This is the north direction, this is south direction, east and west. So this is the field of Mohan, and to south of this plot is plot number 2 or field number 2. So who is the owner of this land? We have seen this is the owner, Raghuram, son of Ratanlal, is the owner of this field. Mark the common boundary between Mohan's and Raghu's land. This is the common boundary, this one. Who can use field number 3? Madhya Pradesh government. What information can one get for field number 2 and field number 3? The information that who is the owner of this land, how much area is there of this field, how much area of this field, and who are the owners, and how much which crops have been grown on these areas. So these kinds of informations we can get from the khasra. Clear? This one, farmers often require a copy of their land's record, like khasra we have seen in this picture, and map also is required sometimes. So why the people require the copy of these kinds of recorded lands, records of the land? This information is not easily made available, and farmers sometimes have to face many problems to get it from the tehsil office, from subdivision office, like that. And now it is being computerized and also kept at the panchayat office, so that they are more easily available and regularly updated. So why the farmers need these kinds of khasra or these kinds of maps? A farmer wants to buy a plot of land from another, so he or she will need this kind of khasra or records. A farmer wants to sell her produce to another, so in that case also he or she needs khasra or the map. Farmer wants a loan from the bank to dig a well in her land, so in that case also he or she will have the need of these kinds of records. A farmer wants to purchase fertilizers for his field, in that case also he or she will have these kinds of records. And farmer wants to divide his property among his children. So while doing these kinds of things, the farmers will have the need of the records kept by patwari or by the governmental offices, right? So in this way we have completed this part of the chapter. In the next video we'll discuss the rest of the topics of the chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.